What's going on, everybody? Abs Gamer here with my definitive review of The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I know I'm a little late on this review, but better late than never. This is Naughty Dog's latest outing, and I'm a huge fan of this developer's blockbuster franchises such as the Uncharted series and, of course, the original Last of Us, which in my opinion is still one of the greatest games of all time. Now, I know a lot of The Last of Us Part 2's plot was spoiled prior to this game's release, but I honestly strayed away from all potential spoilers as I wanted to go into this game without any preconceived influences. I'm going to try to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible. However, I do need to talk about at least a couple major plot points in the story because I know they're a point of contention for a lot of people on the internet. With that being said, let's dive in. The Last of Us Part 2 sees us in the shoes of a slightly more mature Ellie who is living in a community with Joel and his brother Tommy. Now, it seems that people are slightly better off than they were in the last game, as they've segregated themselves into larger communities and have electricity now as well. We're introduced to a new character, which is Ellie's love interest. Her name is Dina, and I really enjoyed her character's personality, and I feel it really meshed well with Ellie's. We're also introduced to the game's so-called antagonist, or should I say Ellie's objective for revenge, whose name is Abby. Abby is from a faction called the Wolves, who are on the hunt for Joel as he's the one who killed her father. Now, another spoiler, obviously, Abby's father was the surgeon that was going to perform the surgery on Ellie to extract the cure, but ultimately was killed by Joel. So if you haven't noticed, the theme of The Last of Us Part 2 is revolved around revenge. I know a lot of people's gripe with the game is the story, but in all honesty, I thought it was great. It's very entertaining. It does bounce around a lot. In the second half of the game, you take control of Abby. It does kind of drag a little bit with Abby, and I think that's what people have a problem with. But I do see what Naughty Dog was trying to achieve here. They wanted you to understand the motive behind killing Joel. I can see how players can hate Abby as Joel was so loved and his death was so sudden and happened so early in the game. But in all honesty, you will be hard-pressed to find a game that explores both sides. Was it done flawlessly? Not quite, but it's a bold attempt that I think pays off. The graphics are the best I've seen this generation, with character models and environments that teeter on the edge of next gen. Like, it is beautiful. You just want to stop sometimes and take in the beauty of this game at points. The gameplay is smooth and gruesome, and it kind of reminds me of a Resident Evil meets Metal Gear type vibe. You can now dodge attacks, go prone to be stealthy, and now jump as well. It all comes together for a fun, tense-filled experience. Each encounter with rival factions and infected never gets old, and you can feel the tension and satisfaction of just making it by the skin of your teeth. I honestly think that the hate of this game is unwarranted. People giving it a 0 on Metacritic, give me a break. The production value alone warrants a higher score than that. To review bomb this game is just sad. Yes, Joel dies, but this game is set in a kind of a hyper-real sort of fantasy reality, and in reality, not everyone gets a hero's death. So, I don't know. Of course, it is what it is, and what is here is still entertaining, even if you don't agree with it. Overall, I think this game is a masterpiece and a must-buy if you own a PS4, especially if you own a PS4 Pro, as you take advantage of higher resolutions. There is a lot involved in this game, and I think Naughty Dog has worked very, very hard in trying to top what they did in the last game. Did they achieve that? Not quite, as Last of Us is still, in my opinion, the better game, but they've done a really, really great job. So please, everyone, stop with the hate and just enjoy what is here. And as always, guys, like and subscribe and leave me any comments. I always like reading them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.